Okay, just went out in the yard and got these flowers, and I'm going to dry them. This is the silica sand. I've used it many times, so it's got a lot of little pieces of flowers in there. I could sift it, I guess, and get them out, but it's not necessary, I don't think. So I usually pour a little sand at the bottom first. That. Now, some flowers are best if you stick them like this. If they don't have a stem, then you can stick them straight in like that. Too dark. And then like this has a little stem, so I can put it in the sand like this. I've been drying a lot of them with stems. I think you're not really supposed to use the stems, but it's faster. If you leave the stem on it, then you can put it in a vase. If you take the stem off, then you could put it in a bowl, but I think they're more useful with a stem on them. Or you could make a stem after you're done. That's what people do, I think. But these are azaleas. They don't dry that great. They're kind of flimsy. So they can go in a bowl, but they usually can't go in a vase. So what you want to do is you put them in a way that the sand can get all around them. Because if you squash them with the sand, that's how they're going to dry. So you just kind of lightly put the sand on there. And this is silica gel. You can also microwave it to have it work faster, but I don't think my flowers turn out as good if I do it that way. So anyway, I just keep putting them in like this one. I'm putting with a stem, that way I can put it in a vase. And you just have to, when you put them sideways like that, you just have to make sure the sand goes underneath the sides. Well, that flower's not going to matter as much because it's a puffy flower, but with this, like with a daisy like this, if you put it on its side, you don't want to smash the petals down. So you just have to, I guess I kind of do it like that, and then make sure the sand goes underneath the back so it doesn't squash it. So anyway, you just keep on laying them in. And hopefully I can just keep on layering them with the sand as I go. Let's see. Like this. Let's see. I'll put some sand. See, it's going behind the flower, and then I'll put it in front of the flower. So, see, like that. Anyway, you just keep on doing this until all the flowers are totally covered up with the sand. Then I put a lid on it. It's supposed to be airtight, I think. I put the lid on like this. Then I put a little note on it, put the date so that I know how long it's been in here and I don't forget. And I leave it in for at least 2 weeks. And certain flowers take longer, but I've found 2 weeks usually works for all of them that I put in. So I'll show you later how they turn out. All right, goodbye. Okay, I've left the flowers in the silica gel for about 12 days. I think they should be okay by now. So now I'm going to take the sand off and see how they are. Doing this one-handed is probably not a smart idea, but okay. Let's see. That one looks pretty nice. Let's see. Yep, totally dry. There we go. These guys came out pretty good. The sand kind of gets stuck on the flowers, so you can take a paintbrush and get it off, kind of dust them off. Okay, there's a daisy. Isn't that cool? So it has the stem, so I like them like this because then I can just put them in a vase. Don't have to do anything. That's all done. Here. Turned out pretty good. And these are the guys that don't come out too good. These kind are, they're fine, but they're just too, they're really soft, like really soft. So if you put them on a stem, they just kind of droop. So they're not really good for using in a vase. I've tried spraying the flowers with acrylic spray, but I haven't had very much luck with it. It seems like maybe on this type of flower it's okay because it's a sturdy flower. But when I've tried to spray the daisies with acrylic, the petals droop pretty bad or stick together. I don't know, it just doesn't work out too good for me. These last pretty long, even without any spraying on them. I've had some for about a year. Sometimes the color seems to fade, but it's really easy to make more flowers and just make a new batch and replenish my vases. See, that is too flimsy to use for anything. Keep the sand in these containers airtight. I think that was a weird one to begin with. All right. That was all for today, but I have some new flowers out in the garden that are ready to be clipped and brought in for drying. So here's for today. These are the ones I have for today. Very pretty. I think I'll go put them around the house somewhere. And I'm going to get more to put in the sand for another couple weeks. All right, that's it for now. So this is what you can create with the dried flowers. It's just a glass bowl. And I just kind of put them in there. And they last for a long time. Here's another one that I did in a vase. A couple of these are not dried flowers that I did, but only those roses I didn't do, but the rest I did. And I think they last about a year without any spray. They might start fading, but it's nice. A lot longer than the fresh flowers last, that's for sure.